from Paris to Bayonne, but we nearly missed the stop in Bayonne. Don't be fooled by the pictures of the train, it's very comfy. We slept straight through, so Ethan luckily set an alarm, which we're very lucky. We literally had to scramble our stuff, jump off the train and literally pretty much get dressed on the platform, just put all of our stuff in our bag and everything. But we made it, we're in Bayonne, and now we're just going to get the bus to Saint-Jean. That probably is the big challenging start, all up, and now we're going to start and go downhill a little bit, which will be absolutely wonderful to walk down. Really fun stuff. I'd still definitely recommend it. Just on the views alone, I don't know if you can see through the mist, but it's absolutely beautiful. It looks very kind of New Zealandy, very Lord of the Rings, which is obviously, as a huge Lord of the Rings fan, it's very exciting for me. Okay. 1, 2, 3 und 4 und 5 und 6 und 7 und 8 und 9 und 10. Ein Hut, ein Stock, ein Regenschirm. Vorne, hinten, Seite, 1 und 2. So we finally finished pretty much the rest of the descent from the Pyrenees. It was lots of fun, very challenging coming down. It's been raining last night, so it was quite slippy, but it's fun. We're all in one piece, which is the main thing. So now we're just heading to the village, which is great because we're starving. Looking forward to a good shower, and I think we are just upcoming to a little chapel, which hopefully we can get some shots of. Looks beautiful from here. Hopefully it's open. But yeah, Pyrenees, lots of fun. Yeah, day 1 almost done. So this is our refuge for the second night. Really nice place. I definitely recommend stopping off. I do actually think it is the only place for pilgrims in this town, but it's beautiful.
Hard day, it's long, the mountains are tough. I was so fast, but it was so slow. But
Hey.
it's good, I have a stick. So.
Yeah, Ethan had a kind of Gandalf-esque stick rather than 2 sporty looking ones that I had.
But it's a tough day, don't get it twisted.
But the sandwiches helped, I felt, taking a baguette and salami.
Food is the motivation.
Yeah, the food was good. We had it quite late on because the first cafe was actually quite early on in the day.
Read all the signs.
Yeah, read all the signs. We actually went the wrong way. Well, not the wrong way, but the long way. I'll show you on the map later, but it was definitely a long detour. We didn't get here till about 4, half 4, which is quite long considering the average time would have been about 2:15. But yeah, that's about it really. We'll show you the room when we get inside. Thanks to our lovely camera lady here. Give us a wave. Still survived. You survived the Pyrenees mountains. Woo! quickly show you our room. You see you've got the bunk beds. They're super comfy. Hung the towel along here, so it's like a little private curtain, which is nice. And then you've got some lockers here. They're €1, but you get the euro back, so it's very useful if you want to just go, I say for a walk, but just for a relax afterwards. You don't have to worry about your things going missing. You get provided with a pillow, which was also very comfy. Lights out was at about 10 o'clock last night, and they came on at about 6:15 this morning. Everyone was pretty good, like they respected that everyone else was asleep. There was no like chatting or anything.
We come out of the Pyrenees, so at the end...
So you can see the map with all of the different routes that you can take. Here's the red route that we took. It was pretty uphill the entire way from here, but it was a lot of fun.
That's not what she said 5 minutes ago.
I think it was quite fun. We kept each other laughing, didn't we? Probably painful laughter, but it was still fun.
Lines, damn lines, and Camino walkers. You're fools. That's right.
And then it was pretty straight the rest of the journey up until the end, where we thought that we took the right route. But as you can see here, you can follow the red route here. Or you can follow this one where it says danger, where Ethan led us, sorry Dad, along this yellow route here. So it did take us, we didn't get here till about 4:30, so it was a long old day. But it was good. We stopped at the, was it 16k mile for food? And that was the best. We sat on top of the Pyrenees, eating a picnic, it was delightful.
It wasn't. It was horrible. The wind was literally... I was the one trying to get everyone to go.
But it was beautiful views, it was worth it.
Yeah, it was. It was very nice.
I'll just introduce you all around the table.
I'm Andy, hello.
Yeah, it's Andy, he's from Nottingham, is that right? Yeah, got it right. This is Vicky from Barnsley. And Owen from Barnsley as well. And then you know the rest of the guys. But you can give them a wave anywhere, Romeo. Wave. So to kind of reflect, I think I'm doing better than I thought I would. The path so far has been harder and easier in ways than I thought I would. Although I've got a few aches and pains, I'm still really having a really good time and raring to keep going and for today. But I did find the uphill parts of the Pyrenees quite difficult, and yeah, we did take a slightly detour, but it was a lot of fun. Everyone's still in high spirits. Met a lot of really, really nice people. We're now walking with a lady called Nidra from the Netherlands. You'll see up front with Francois and Ethan up front. We also met a lovely bunch of Irishmen. They are friends. They've been friends for, I think they said, 40 years, and they're doing about a week of the Camino together, and they were just really lovely. We were talking about the whole spirituality of the Camino, and it seems everyone has completely different reasons. I'm quite surprised that quite a few pilgrims aren't doing this for religious reasons that I came across. We went to the Mass last night. It was all in Spanish, but it was beautiful, and we were given a pilgrim's blessing, which was lovely. I've never been to something like that before, so it was beautiful to get to see that. And yeah, everyone's really enjoying it. So on to the path for day 2. I think we're just going to keep walking and see where we get. I think we're going to stop off at Zihiri because there is a supermarket. There's quite a few options for places to stay. But hopefully we'll bump into some of the other pilgrims that we've gotten to know over the past couple of days.
Out my hand, tell you to run. On the way, nobody say, nobody on. Well, pick me up with golden hand.
So we've just arrived in Zihiri. It's been quite a nice day. It's all been pretty flat, a few hills, a few downwards, but all in all, a good day. It's been fun. Yeah, Francine, I think we're going to meet us in the next town. She might head on, but we're just going to find our burger, get some food, get some rest. But yeah, all in all, it's been a good day. Beautiful scenery around here.
Send me away.
We've had our rest day today. It hasn't actually been much of a rest day. We ended up walking, how far?
20k.
20k. That was our rest day. Basically, because of the wine festival in Pamplona, we had to find an albergue out of town in Cisa Mayor, which is beautiful. I really would recommend staying at the family ran, and it's beautiful. It's got a gorgeous garden. I would really recommend staying there. So we popped there this morning to drop our bags and everything, and then we just headed back into Pamplona. As you'll see, I have a new friend here on my back. Basically, I was struggling with the length of my back. I'm really short. I am 5'1", so the bag that I had was unisex, and I was starting to walk like a granny, and Ethan noticed it and everyone else did, and we realised it was basically because the length of my bag was just too long for me. And in the same time, Ethan's bag started to tear. He's getting quite heavy. His sleeping bag is huge. It's like
1,000 gram.
No, 1,800, isn't it?
I think so.
Really have a winter sleeping bag, and it's so warm here. It's really not needed. So we picked up just a really cheap €5 sleeping liner for Ethan, a teenager's backpack for me, which is quite cool. And now we are just walking from Pamplona to Cisa Mayor. So we're hoping to get there in time for food because we're quite hungry. But it's been quite a nice little walk around the city. We'll just give you a quick view of the area as we walk. The shop that we bought the bag was a bit way out of town.
2 kilometres out of town.
But it was all good. We've got cookies in the bag. We have water, so we're good. Got any more thoughts on today?
Just if you want to go to the decathlon in Pamplona, plan better than we did, because it's far.
Yeah, it's pretty far, but
great
worth
stuff.
it. Yeah, it's huge. Loads of stuff.
To say what's impossible, but they forgot. This world keeps spinning, and with each new day I can feel a change in everything. And as the surface breaks, reflections fade, but in some ways they remain the same. And as my mind begins to spread its wings, there's no stopping curiosity. I wanna turn the whole thing upside down. I'll find the things they say just can't be found. I'll share this love I find with everyone. We'll sing and dance to Mother Nature's songs. I don't want this feeling to go away. To say I can't do everything, well I can try. And as I roll along I begin to find things aren't always just what they seem. I wanna turn the whole thing upside down. I'll find the things they say just can't be found. I'll share this love I find with everyone. We'll sing and dance to Mother Nature's song. This world keeps spinning and there's no time to wait. Well, it all keeps spinning, spinning round and round and upside down. Who's to say what's impossible and can't be found? I don't want this feeling to go away. Please don't go away. Is this how it's supposed to be?
This morning my rash has got pretty worse. It's quite sore. Quite a bit of a sore throat. some antihistamine cream yesterday, so I'm hoping that it's just some form of heat rash or something. But other than that, we're all good this morning. Fortunately, the albergue where we're staying wasn't open for breakfast, so we haven't quite eaten yet, but we just set off from the little town. We did intend on being in Estrella today, but unfortunately it was really hot yesterday, like absolutely boiling, so we decided to take the day, stay in the albergue and walk on today to Estrella. So that means we've only got an 8k walk today, which is very short, but it'll be nice to take a rest day and then carry on the typical route. Finisterre walking today. We walked from Viana, where we stayed last night, through Logroño, and we are now heading up to the next town of Navarrete. This wasn't our particular choice. We did want to stay the day in Logroño, but unfortunately with it being Easter, it's Good Friday today, which is nice, but it does mean that all of the albergues in Logroño are fully booked, and that's not an exaggeration. We called every single albergue. We looked on booking.com, hotels.com, Airbnb, and shy of paying £500 for a room, everything was booked. So thankfully we've got a room in Navarrete thanks to a lovely American lady who heard our plight and stepped in and gave us a leaflet for an albergue in Navarrete. So we're going to head there. Myself and Ethan are nearly there now. We've heard a few people say that the walk that we did today, some people might want to skip it, or it's not that pretty, but there was only a small section that was a bit industrial, but I'd say the part from Logroño through to the next town, it's beautiful. It's through a really nice park. You see all of the Spanish people enjoying their days off, having barbecues, and there's a beautiful cafe in the middle of the park that overlooks the lake. You can sit there, get a really nice sandwich. My Spanish isn't great, but it seems like the owner's walked the Camino himself about 4 times for a heart charity, which is lovely. And everyone today seems in a really good mood. We've had a lot of buen caminos from a lot of strangers walking past, which is lovely. and yeah, in good spirits. My neck is still fairly sore, as you can see, but the itchiness is gone. It's not necessarily hurting, it's just dry skin now, so hopefully it was just a sunburn, don't know how, but sunburn, and hopefully that'll go, and that's the last of my plights. My feet are good, I'm loving my shoes. I haven't had another blister since the first day, touch wood. My knee's still a little bit sore, but all in all I'm doing pretty good. Still really enjoying it and not wanting to go home, but thankfully I think we're only on day 9 or 10 of walking. I'm losing track of days of the week and everything, but we're only on about day 10 of walking, so we've still got a long way to go. Is there anything else I need to add?
I think you covered it.
Yeah? So this is a little path we're taking. See Ethan here, still doing super well. You've only got a touch of a blister, but it's all kind of sorted.
Don't cut them open.
Yeah, do not touch your blisters, do not cut them open. Just leave them, put on a plaster. If you need to, you can pop it with a needle, leave a bit of string in, let it drain, but make sure you have some antiseptic cream. You do not want to get an infection, particularly with the mixed showers and everything. It's not great, so don't do that. Yeah. Today we're covering about 22k. We're about a day behind schedule, just because we had the day off in Pamplona, and we've taken a few shorter days just so we can all continue walking together as a team. That's Francine, Nika, myself and Ethan. We're meeting them in Navarrete, where they should be shortly.
Don't you know that I'll be around to guide you through your weakest moments, to leave them behind you, turning nightmares only shadows. Cast some light and you'll be alright. Cast some light and you'll be alright. Crosses all over, heavy on your shoulders. Sirens inside you, waiting to step forward. Disturbing silence darkens your sight. Cast some light and you'll be alright. Cast some light and you'll be alright for now. Crosses all over the boulevard. 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 The streets outside your window overflow. People staring, they know you're broken. Repeatedly reminded by the looks on their faces. Know that tonight you'll be alright. Cast some light and you'll be alright.
really odd. I came down with heat stroke, which meant I had to go to hospital. I blacked out when I was in the bathroom. Thankfully, I left the door unlocked, which was really lucky. I went to wash my face to see if I'd feel better, and the next thing I remember was waking up on the floor with my friends that I was staying with trying to pick me up. So that was quite stressful, particularly for Ethan, who was having to call my insurance, call the hospital. But thankfully the hostel on it was Hostel Santiago, drove me to the hospital. He was very sweet, got seen to by a doctor who didn't charge me, which was absolutely lovely because I was expecting quite a large bill considering I forgot my European health card. Turns out you actually need the physical card, not just the number. It's a lesson to you all. Don't forget your physical European healthcare card if you have one, because it will make a difference. I had to take a few days rest, just on doctor's orders, just so that I could get better, and I wasn't in shape to walk, to be perfectly honest. And after a few days rest, I feel much better. In all honesty, since it happened, I am finding the walking a bit harder. I've done 2 days of walking now, and I am finding that I'm a bit more tired still since it happened. I don't know whether that's just my mind or whether I actually am more tired. I'm not quite sure, but I'm making sure I get early nights, eating well, that kind of thing, so hopefully the tiredness will pass. And on another note, the rain's probably quite good for me. I have severe hay fever. It seems like I'm coming down with everything. I have severe hay fever, so yesterday I could barely open one eye, which wasn't a great look. And I'm always sneezing, sniffing, and probably for the people I'm walking with, it's nice rest from all of that. Today, with it being raining, but I did want to walk in the rain, as strange as that sounds. I think it's a bit more of a test to your perseverance to walk in the rain. It's easy to walk when it's lovely and hot and the birds are singing, but it's a lot trickier and test your perseverance to walk when you can't kind of chat with your programs because everyone's just wanting to get there and isn't really in a chatty mood, or it's pouring down and all your clothes are wet and it's been a long day. It's only the start of the day, but yeah, I'm in a good mood. Budget wise, so far we are a little bit over budget. I think that's because it has been so busy. Sometimes we have stayed in the private hostels because it's either that or the municipal, and sometimes we have had knowledge which kind of municipals to not go to that have had bad reputations and things like that, such as bad bathrooms or cold water, that kind of thing. But we've had hit and miss municipals. Some have been great, some have been horrible, but if you are on a budget, then there's nothing wrong with staying in the municipals all of the time at all. We met a guy from Germany who was sleeping rough, sleeping in his tent and staying in a municipal as a treat. So if that's your story, then you're going to love the municipals. It just completely depends. Everyone's different. Everyone has different standards from what they're used to or what they're willing to push themselves to on the Camino. If you're really willing to properly test yourself and, push your comfort staying in the municipals the entire time, again, they are lovely, the owners are lovely. It's just sometimes you'll get showers without locks, or bathrooms without locks, or cold water, unisex bathrooms with no locks, that kind of thing, which as a young girl, I find quite uncomfortable. So bring a bikini. Don't come on the Camino if you're going to stay in municipals without a bikini. That's just a big recommendation there. I'm feeling much better. Bless my parents. When my mum found out I was ill, she was trying to book flights and everything to get me home. I think she just panicked. I wasn't that unwell. It seems that quite a few people were a bit ill after walking the Meseta. It was a really hot day of that last part of the Meseta for us, and I just didn't drink enough water. I don't think I ate enough that day. I barely ate. Had breakfast and then maybe 2 cookies. It was quite foolish of me, but feeling much better on the mend. But I'm hoping that my perseverance with walking picks back up, because again I am finding it quite more tired, and my pack feels so much heavier. Even though I haven't bought anything, I'll probably get rid of more stuff, but we'll see. We're just again walking through Leon to get out of the city. You will find that with a lot of the bigger cities it does take a bit of a trek to get out of the city, and there might be 2 or 3k just to get out of the city itself. We stayed in Leon, which was about a k out of the main city. It's only about a 15-minute walk, but on the morning it then does add the extra walk, so you do have to kind of debate where you want to stay the night before you get walking. But all in all, I'm still really enjoying the Camino. We've met some really amazing people Camino. Met a guy called John from Canada who's just lovely. Bless him. When I was walking just after I'd had heat stroke, he stayed with me, made sure I was okay, which was lovely for someone to do. He doesn't really know me. It was very kind. He didn't, walk too fast, stopped if I needed to stop, that kind of thing. It was very sweet. I've met loads of other amazing pilgrims from all over the world, from America, Australia, Hong Kong. People doing this for all different reasons. But yeah, still loving it. Still recommend it. But I am finding that in this region of the country, it's quite standardised when you order a drink to get some kind of small food, whether that's a portion of a bocadilla or crisps or something, just some kind of free portion when you get a drink, which is lovely. And you don't tend to get that in the earlier regions, which is strange, but it seems everyone here kind of understands that pilgrims are on a journey and they're definitely hungry and on a budget, so when they're ordering food, generally they'll give you a snack, if you're lucky anyway. Today we're heading off to the highest point on the Camino, called Finisterre. It seems with everyone that we've been passing today that it's a pretty emotional point. It's where people leave their rocks that they brought with them, whether from home or St. John, or wherever they started. Some people even write a letter, but it's meant to be very significant and symbolic for leaving behind your problems or prayers as such, I guess. Just whatever you make of it, but you can just feel that it's a very emotional day for a lot of people on the Camino. There's not much chatting or laughing, everyone's in a kind of solitary mood, but it's not in a sad mood. I think everyone's just reflective of the journey so far, because the Finisterre also signifies that we're coming towards the end of our journey as well. It means we have just under 2 weeks left, which is a big shame. I'm not sure how I want to go back home, but in another way, I miss my family and I miss curry. But it's beautiful views today, owing for reflection on everything that we've learnt so far. Beautiful little town, just about 6k from where we stayed last night. We're going to just get some breakfast here and then carry on another 2k to Finisterre.
gotta do. I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do about you now. I think the word is on the street that the fire in your heart is out. I'm sure you've heard it all before, but you never really had a doubt. I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do about you now. And all the roads we have to walk are winding. All the lights that lead the way are blinding. Oh no.
There are many things that I would like to.
There are many things that I would like to say to you, but I don't know how. Because baby, you gotta be the one that saves me. And after all, you're my wonderwall. But I don't know.
We're just setting off from Sarria today. That means it's the last 110k. Excited about that, Ethan?
Yeah.
So yeah, we're just setting off. The way's a lot busier coming out of Sarria. We did leave late again, which seems to be a running theme here. We didn't get up till 8 because we were all kind of up late drinking last night, but it was a good night. Everyone had fun. It's because Isabel, it was her last night with us, unfortunately. She had to leave the Camino to head to Madrid, and so unfortunately she had to leave us, which is very sad. So we had a little celebration, and now it's just on the road at about 9 a.m. There's quite a lot of new pilgrims on the road today, but that's to be expected with Sarria. It's kind of the last part of the Camino where you can start in order to get your Compostela, and I was expecting it to be a lot busier, but we'll see how busy it is in the albergues in the next towns. We have found that we have had to book ahead quite a lot with albergues. Even though it's only May, a lot of them are booked up by the time you get there. So I can't imagine what it's going to be like in July. I definitely recommend booking ahead, particularly once you get closer to Sarria, then absolutely book ahead. You don't want to be without an albergue. In the last 2 towns, some people that we know had to carry on once they arrived to the town to the next town so that they could just get a bed in an albergue, which after a long day is not what you want. So you might want to think about booking ahead if you can. It's a nice forest route this morning. It looks like it's going to rain. Got Ethan a new poncho because ours were a bit rubbish, which I'll put in the kit list. The type not to buy because they just ripped. So got our waterproofs on ready, just so that we don't have to stop if it starts pouring down, which the weather says that it will. Yeah, nice forest walk to start the day. It's not bad.
Looking out across the morning, the city's heart begins to beat. Reaching out, I touch her shoulder. I'm dreaming of a street. If they say why, tell them that it's human nature. Why does he do it that way? If they say why, tell them why does he do it that way? If they say why, does he do it that way? If they say just why, tell them does he do it that way? If they say why.
Nika's shoelace is untied for the 5th time because she refuses to double bow her laces.
I'm double.
Oh, she's double bowing. Oh, now she's going to beat up Ethan. Come on, children.
part I know. Everyone knows.
Come on, guys.
Don't let me down.
Hola. setting off from Pedruso, just be really cautious of looking out for the arrows. We went the wrong way twice just because we weren't properly paying attention. A lot of the arrows on the floor faded, so if you miss an arrow telling you to go over a crossing, you then won't see any other arrows. There's none of the red arrows that you get in some towns that tell you you're going the wrong way. So just be very mindful when you're in there to keep an eye out on the ground for a faded yellow arrow, and then you'll be led out of town into a forest. I'd take the walk on the left. It wasn't very clear whether to go right or left. They may fork back into each other, but take the route on the left when you're in the forest just after Pedruso. The way is really quiet, which is super surprising. We were expecting it to be really busy from here. It's probably because we are here, it's now 2:30 p.m. and we're carrying on through the next two towns, so that tomorrow we only have about 10-15k to Santiago, whereas most people that stayed here would have left at 7-8 a.m. and the rest of the pilgrims, or majority of pilgrims, will be stopping off in that back town Pedruso, because that's what the guidebooks generally suggest, and then that you have your last day to Santiago after that. But we wanted our last day at Santiago to be shorter, just so that we can try and get there for mass on the first day, but we'll see. But it's nice to have the Camino to ourselves again for a little bit. It's just me and Ethan rocking his cloak of Lothlorien there, and his Gandalf staff. We're just walking through the forest. It's been okay today weather-wise, much better than yesterday. It's having a few showers but nothing too dramatic, so it's a nice change. Fingers crossed it stays like this for the next 10k, so I really don't want to get soaked and have wet feet again. It's absolutely pouring down, like absolutely chucking it down. Ethan just threw away his gaiters as well, unfortunately, and it's absolutely getting soaked.
Pollo, pollo.
Oh, Borja's in the lead. Borja has the lead. Jesus is quick on his tail. Come on, Nika. Do it for the girls.
One night to be confused, one night to speed up truth. We had a promise made for